Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Feather and welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk to you about these two incredible phones and which one is a better choice for you in 2021. Let's go. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. Anyway, let's get to the point. The iPhone XR was the best-selling phone of 2019, and very rightfully so. It is an incredible phone. It's powerful, it has great design, great battery life, great camera. It is a very solid choice. But then again, the iPhone XR is gonna be 3 years old this year, and Apple has a newer version of the iPhone XR. This is the iPhone 11. This is a more refined version of the iPhone XR in which Apple used the formula, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But the question is, which one's better for you in 2021? By the way, if you want to jump to any specific topic, the timestamps are in the description down below. So let's start with design. The iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR look nearly identical. The quickest way to identify them is by the iPhone 11's dual camera system, but besides that and the different color choices, there are no obvious differences. And the phones have the same 6.1-inch LCD display with the same resolution and pixel density. The iPhone XR and the iPhone 11 are exactly the same size and weight. This is the only difference, and the fact that they look so similar is not necessarily a bad thing. The iPhone XR had a great design, and again, with a few minor tweaks, Apple managed to make it more interesting and fun. Both phones are very durable and so well made. They are really well made. They both have the 6.1-inch edge-to-edge LCD display, the exact same notch, the 7000 series aluminum frame, mute and volume buttons on one side, the lock button on the other side, and at the bottom comes the traditional lightning port, speakers, and microphone. So there's not really much to say here, so I'm gonna give this one to the iPhone 11. Number 2. Performance. The iPhone 11 features the A13 Bionic chip, while the iPhone XR has the A12 Bionic chip. For the most part, the iPhone 11 and XR both run iOS as smooth and fast as the other one. When it comes to day-to-day tasks like web browsing, launching the camera, or any app, I couldn't really see any speed differences, but on paper, the iPhone 11 is absolutely the faster phone. The iPhone XR comes with 3GB of RAM, and the iPhone 11 comes with 4GB of RAM. And although at this particular moment there's not a very clear difference when it comes to performance, I do think that we will see those differences long term. Aside from the processor, many of the specs are very similar on both devices, with Face ID being the only way of unlocking the phone. Interestingly though, the iPhone XR does not come with Wi-Fi 6, and the iPhone 11 does come with Wi-Fi 6, but in this case, unless your router supports Wi-Fi 6, you're not gonna notice any difference at all. The iPhone 11 comes with Dolby Atmos support for watching content that supports it, while the iPhone XR is restricted to stereo sound. And well, honestly, you're not gonna notice much of a difference, at least I didn't, but only that the iPhone 11 was louder. That I did notice. Apple says that Face ID on the iPhone 11 is 30% faster than the previous generation. Both the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR come with 64 and 128GB, but the iPhone 11 has an extra 256GB option. So I'm gonna give this one to the iPhone 11 because even if we're not able to see a big difference when it comes to performance right now, I do think that eventually we are gonna see a difference in how they perform. Number 3, camera. This is gonna be an easy one because the iPhone 11 camera is so good. Seriously, so good, especially in low light conditions. The iPhone XR has a single 12-megapixel camera, and the iPhone 11 has a 12-megapixel dual-lens camera system, one of which takes ultra-wide photos. And the ultra-wide camera is super fun to use, and I really love all the possibilities that an ultra-wide camera gives you. You can get super creative, or you can just simply fit more into your shot and you get the point. Although when it comes to quality, I do see a big difference from the wide-angle camera to the ultra-wide angle. That doesn't mean that the ultra-wide camera is bad, but the original one is so much better. The iPhone 11's wide-angle lens also has an updated sensor that enables night mode for improving low-light photos that are brighter and have less noise. And oh my god, night mode works incredibly well. I took these pictures at night with no lights on, and look at that! There's a big difference and night mode works so well. The iPhone 11's 3rd generation neural engine enables next generation smart HDR for more natural looking pictures. The neural engine also enables deep fusion, which uses advanced machine learning for pixel by pixel processing of photos, including texture, details, and noise. Also, it is important to point out that portrait mode on the iPhone 11 works with people, pets, food, or any object. Portrait mode on the iPhone XR only works with people. Yeah, so with the iPhone 11 you can take very cute pictures of your cat so you can post on Instagram. As for video, footage on the iPhone 11 has better dynamic range, so lighting and exposure looks more natural. Video stabilization is a bit steadier as well on the standard 12 megapixel camera, but the ultra-wide angle camera does not have optical image stabilization. Both phones can record 4K video at 24, 30, or 60 frames per second, and slow motion video at 120 and 240 frames per second. On the front, the iPhone 11 has a 12 megapixel camera, while the iPhone XR has a 7 megapixel camera. The iPhone 11's front camera can also pull out for a wider point of view, record 4K video at 60 frames per second, and take slow motion videos, or slow-fies as Apple likes to call them, and that is a feature that I know I will never use. The iPhone 11's camera is easily the biggest upgrade from the iPhone XR, so I'm gonna give this one to the iPhone 11. This is a very comfortable win for the iPhone 11 because the camera department saw some very big upgrades from one generation to the other. Number 4. Display. When it comes to display, there's not really much to say because they both have the exact same screen. It's identical, it's exactly the same. They both have the 6.1-inch Liquid Retina display. This Liquid Retina displays taper around the edges of each device to ensure a smooth curve. And honestly, these are not the best displays out there, but they are really good. I mean, the OLED displays on higher end phones like the iPhone 11 Pro or the 12 Pro are much better, but still this one is really good. And honestly, you're not gonna notice anything bad about this display. So for very obvious reasons, this one's gonna be a tie. Number 5, battery life. This one's also gonna be an easy one, but let me start by saying that both phones have incredible battery life. When I first got the iPhone XR 2 years ago, I was blown away by how good the battery life is. And the iPhone 11 offers an extra hour of battery life on top of the already impressive battery life on the iPhone XR. Both devices support wireless charging and both support fast charging with an 18-watt adapter. That gets you to 50% battery in just 30 minutes, which is great, but as we all know, of course, the power adapter is sold separately. Yeah, I know. So there's a really good chance that you will never use the fast charging feature. I know I never have used it and probably never will. However, wireless charging is my primary way of charging my phone. So again, I'm gonna give this one to the iPhone 11 because they both have very impressive battery life. They're both great, but the iPhone 11 is just a bit better. Number 6. Price. Both iPhones are still sold by Apple, and you can get an iPhone XR for $499 for the 64GB version and $549 for the 128GB version. And the iPhone 11 goes for $599 for the 64GB version, $649 for the 128GB version, and $749 for the 256GB version. Yeah, that is just a $100 difference between these two phones. And it doesn't matter which one you choose, both phones are great. Whatever it is that you want to do with them, they're going to be able to do it great. But I'm going to give this one again to the iPhone 11 because it is just a $100 difference, and those $100 can get you an improved version of an already incredible phone. So in my opinion, those extra $100 are very well spent. And a very important question, are they good for 2021? The answer is yes, absolutely. Both phones are incredible. Both phones perform incredibly well. They're gonna perform great in 2021, and they're gonna keep being great for at least 3 or 4 or 5 years. Depends on which one you're talking about. But They are both great and they are well worth their price. I mean, the iPhone 11 is more feature-proof than the iPhone XR, but still, they're both great. So if you're in the market for a new phone and you choose any of these phones, let me tell you that you're gonna have a great phone for a while. So the winner is, drum roll please, the iPhone 11. Yes, the iPhone 11, because when Apple made this phone, they used the formula, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and they didn't break it. And they managed to improve almost everything from the iPhone XR. The iPhone XR was already so good and they just made it better. Of course they played it safe on this one, but it really paid off. So again, if you're in the market for a new phone and you're looking for a phone that can do whatever you want to do with it, these two are great options. They're not gonna break the bank, they're gonna perform so well. And if you can afford the extra $100, you should get the iPhone 11. It's an improved version of the iPhone XR. The iPhone 11 is such a fun phone. It performs great, it has a great camera, has incredible battery life, and overall a great performer. Another masterpiece by Apple. Yes, I said masterpiece. So if you're considering getting any of these phones, please let me know in the comments down below. I would really like to know which one you get. And on that note, it's time for me to go. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. And don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll see you on the next one.